Hey, it's Buddy Lee. Welcome to my channel. So I've had a lot of questions since I joined 4Loki if I was going to be doing war videos, and I've been slacking pretty hard on that, so in this video we're finally doing that war video, and it's a war against Black's Alliance. Throughout this season I've been assigned to do the Omega Red fights, since I do have a rank 3 Sig 200 Omega, so a lot of Nick Fury and Korg Mixmaster and stuff like that. This first fight is against Jabari on Ebb and Flow Knockdown and Heavy Hitter on Path 5. I'm going to go ahead and boost up as well as use an invulnerability boost and try to get 3 fights out of it. So you gotta be careful to start the fight because Jabari is gonna cleanse the first parry and then the stun cleanse will go on cooldown for a bit. I go for another parry and she catches me off guard with how quickly she throws heavy after cleansing the stun, but we have invulnerability so no harm done. Now all we have to do is bait out the SP2 and then finish her with Omega's SP3. Now we have this Nick Fury, and the biggest thing with this fight is the heavy hitter node, making his second life a bit of a pain to find openings. That first life went about as smooth as possible, and then Omega gets a nice unblockable medium attack, allowing me to go right to SP2 and wrap this fight up very quickly. Now it's time for this Korg on the middle Mixmaster mini. I do a quick check on my invulnerability boost and there's still 14 seconds left, so I jump right into the fight. The beginning of this fight is very important to controlling it and getting a good setup with spores, and it starts great, but for some reason I'm a little slow releasing the heavy and he throws SP1. Now my spores are falling off and I lose my rhythm a bit. Things get back on track and I decide to use my SP3 to gain back a little health as well as take down his rock stacks, which will make it easier to build back up after. Now I just throw an SP2 to finish him off. It wasn't the cleanest fight, but still got the result we were looking for, which is all that really matters in the end. Now on to section 2, and I'm taking past 7, so the first fight up is this I-bomb fight. I go ahead and heal up Omega a bit, and this fight has Spite and Rise to Power. The Rise to Power node basically means that after I knock him down, I don't want to let him touch me for 4 seconds or he'll gain a bunch of power. Then I use some smaller boosts, as well as a 3-minute power boost, even though it doesn't really help a ton in this situation, but I have them expiring anyways. That right there is pretty much what I want to do in this fight. I'll knock him down with heavy and then bait his SP1 and back up so he doesn't hit my block, and the 4 seconds timer is over. Here I do a little heavy counter of I-Bomb's SP1 to place a degen on him again. So that was a pretty easy one for Omega, and he's going to be done for this war, so now it's Human Torch's turn. This Sim Supreme is an easy fight for Human Torch. I'm gonna only use a small attack boost since health boosts don't work well with Double Edge and Liquid Courage, as well as an invulnerability boost since I'm gonna also use that against the mini boss Mafesto fight I have next. So that's that with that quick and easy torch fight. For this Mafesto, you need to activate the Flame On pre-fight, and this should also be an easy torch fight. He has a 100% increased power gain, which shouldn't be a big concern unless he really doesn't want to throw his specials. I start the fight just landing a couple parries to build up a few extra heat charges. Things get a little sketchy though after he finishes a combo into my block and my counter gets parried. So from here I kinda just play it slow and try to minimize any potential mistakes. So that was my war. It wasn't the best played, but 6 fights and 0 deaths in the end. And for the result, we squeaked out the victory, which it didn't look like was going to happen earlier on, with the final tally being 10 deaths to 11. So it was very tightly contested. And for my battle group, we had just one death, which was matched by our opponents. One thing that I want to say is that this is my first season participating in top tier competitive alliance wars, and the amount of planning that goes into it is very impressive, so props to all the battle group leaders. They do an amazing job in planning to make all this happen. Well, that's it for this alliance war video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.